Like, what the fuck? Why is CM Punk and Daniel Bryan return to wrestling on here?
That's TV. Is that not TV? Is that not TV?
No.
Is CM Punk and Daniel Bryan coming back to wrestling not TV?
Nobody cares. Daniel Bryan leaves and comes back like every year. Nobody gives a shit.
Okay, so listen, this is for a clip.
Who's Daniel Bryan?
7 years ago.
A wrestler. He's like the Vince McMahon now. He's like.
Okay,
he's Vince McMahon.
First of all, Jessica has absolutely zero idea what she's talking
No,
about.
wasn't he like he was on the WWE board?
Vince McMahon. I don't know what the fuck she's even referring to.
I'm referring to the fact that when he retired, he was like on the board or some stupid shit.
He wasn't on the
whatever. Okay, yeah, he was. They made him general manager for like a year,
Yeah, so-
and then they cleared him. But it was awesome because in real life he wasn't cleared by doctors. It's like a whole thing. There's like a real life story and then there's like wrestling story, and they merged them together to make it really cool. Anyway, that's TV. CM Punk and Daniel Bryan are coming back to wrestling. CM Punk hasn't been in wrestling, and I'm fucking doing it. Well, I'm here.
I don't know who any of these people are.
Okay. Well, 7 years ago, there was a guy, CM Punk, and he made wrestling cool again, and people started watching again.
Oh, he made wrestling cool again?
Yes, because it was cool back in the late 90s.
I thought that was AJ Styles.
Jessica's just
Roman
naming
Reigns.
random ass wrestlers.
No,
now.
Roman Reigns. I went to a birthday party and all the kids were like obsessed with fucking one of those, and I think it was Roman Reigns. I think that's who it was.
It probably was Roman Reigns. But anyway,
Did he make it cool again, or was it just like you as an adult decided to have like a nostalgia burst when he started wrestling?
Well, no, I was already.
In Eric's defense, CM Punk is pretty old.
I was watching already and disappointed in what I was watching, and then CM Punk came out and he.
What does CM stand for?
Chicago made.
Chicago made Punk.
Yes.
You know what kind of wrestling we should talk about? You know what kind of wrestling we could talk about? The Dark Side of the Ring, because that's actually a good
I would
show.
love to do that, and I feel like we dropped the ball on that. There was a Stone Cold documentary that there was something that we could have done.
No, Dark Side of the Ring is actually and Dark Side of the Ring is now doing Dark Side of Football.
Wait, but now that we're on this whole thing, okay, so there's two things we could. Okay, so really quick to wrap this up. So CM Punk, back in the day, there was a storyline where he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna win the title, and then I'm gonna bounce from this company, right?" And he won the title.
And he bounced from the company, and then he came back, and then like a year later, he had a fight backstage, and then he bounced. He quit. He broke his contract, and he bounced, and that was the end of it. And we haven't seen him in like 8 years. Then a couple years ago, there's a rival company called AEW goes up against WWE, and AEW is owned by some cajillionaire, Tony Khan, and he's offering a shit ton of money to all these guys that hate WWE, including CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. So now he offered them huge contracts, and they're going over to AEW, and now it's like this huge fucking deal because we don't know when they're going to show up. And now they're going to be like real rivals of Vince McMahon and his whole company. So
this is going to be an
can't believe
episode
that
of
this
Dark
fucking-
Side of the Ring, for sure.
No, it absolutely will. Like in 20 years,
it's definitely.
this is going to be amazing to watch because, anyway, sorry. But
So I'm surprised it's the same dude that owns the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes. And during COVID, they used because you were allowed to, because Florida was like one of the first places where you could still do like shows and shit, depending on
they just never gave a fuck.
Right, but I mean, like AEW, they're like pretty liberal and shit like that, so they didn't have crowds. They just had like the entire roster in the audience, like that was cheering on the guys in the ring, and it was kind of cool the way that they did it. Anyway, yeah, he owns the Jacksonville, and they shot in Daly's place, which is like right next door to the stadium, which I guess he owns too. Daly's place is like it's like a smaller venue.
All right.
But yeah, sorry about that tangent. Anyway, but speaking of Dark Side of the Ring, they just announced it yesterday. Blumhouse.
Are they?
Bloomhouse.
I call it Blumhouse too. Jake corrected me last time.
Why were we talking about Blumhouse?
Why do they spell it with a U if it's called Bloomhouse? Can we answer that question?
It's probably
How do you pronounce that letter?
U?
Bloom.
Like U-M?
Oh.
You.
Thanks, Jake. Jake was shitting on us. I didn't realize.
Yeah, I know, but like, is U-M.
Or at least put like the two dots on the top, make us know that.
Yeah, like accent of Dwight or something.
What's up?
The two dots.
What's up? I didn't graduate college, dude. That's why we're here.
But like, you clearly that wouldn't help you. If you don't
'Cause
know
then I
what the
would know-
umlauts do, then you don't know what.
Then I
How
would-
is it going to help you learn to pronounce it?
Then I would know
more
that it's not
confusing.
Blumhouse. I
Yeah.
would know that it's something else, and the only other option is.
Yeah, because my argument makes a little bit more sense when you say
We're gonna put German accents over top of this, and because Eric knows German now.
Blumhouse. Is that German? Is that
Wait, but
German?
what are they doing? They're doing Dark Side of the Ring, not
No.
Vice.
No. So Blumhouse, I think, is either teaming up with WWE or they're doing their own thing, but they're doing a series on Vince McMahon.
Of course, Vince McMahon has to capitalize on a good thing
Yeah,
because
and
he's a
everyone's-
fucking dick.
Well, I
Sorry.
think Dark Side of the Ring is doing something on Vince McMahon.
And so he's like creating something
to fire back.
to
Well,
fire
you know
back.
everybody's gonna believe Dark Side of the Ring over Vince McMahon, who has control over what goes on
Yeah,
there.
it's gonna be kind of wild. They'll probably go over like all the steroid stuff, like when he interviewed with the news, like interviewed him because like a bunch of people were dying because of steroids or whatever at like at a certain point.
And there was something where he got into a fight with somebody too on Dark Side of the Ring because I watched like the first two seasons.
It's probably the same. Maybe it's the same thing because you probably watched like the Chris
no,
Benoit.
I think no. I think it was the which Hart died, Owen or
Owen.
Brett?
Owen.
Owen. I think it was the Owen Hart episode.
I think it was Dale
think.
Earnhardt actually that died.
Damn. This episode goes out to Owen Hart. Yo, that's how I should enter the podcast. I should just glide from the rafters like Owen Hart did.
The rafters.
Just not die. I'm sorry.
Jesus,
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Wildly
dude, that was such a
bad
bad joke.
Okay.
Dude was
He was
like a dad. Had kids, had a wife, was a nice
30
dude.
years. I
was
think
a
they're
nice
over it.
dude, and
And
Eric's
Eric's
just joking about how he fucking killed
Listen,
he died
whatever.
because
Because
people.
You can't find that video anywhere.
Yeah, why do you want to
wanna
watch him die?
I don't. I'm just saying.
You know,
I
I
remember
remember
when that
happened.
happened. My cousin was really into wrestling, and I genuinely remember
when that happened.
Well,
Unless
he was watching a rerun.
But I remember. I remember the
I
moment.
love how I brought wrestling into this.
Yeah,
let's
I
move
kind of
on.
hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
I'm
a big fan of wrestling.
Okay,
I just don't know anything about
Oh,
it.
I
I
just like Dark Side of the Ring and Total
when you guys are
Divas.
talking about fucking LeBron James for 2 hours, and I'm
only
just like,
reason-
what's going
the
on?
only
We
reason-
had
I know, we
a
did.
full conversation about the finals in the car on the way here. You could participate if you
can't.
wanted to.
All right.
The only reason I know who Daniel Bryan is because I watched
watched
Total Divas. Total Divas and Dark Side of the Ring.
That's
That's the only reason I know anything about wrestling.
Hold for Everything podcast.